in healthcare. Is there a particular model you have in mind for that? I mean, most employer-based health programs have one, maybe two choices for insurance. I mean, what is the model for that you would point to?
Yeah, the model is the plan we ran on last year that you can go to better.gop and take a look at. What we think is you want to have a vibrant individual market, a vibrant employer market. We want Medicaid to work. We want Medicaid to work so that the states can innovate and so that doctors actually take Medicaid patients. We want Medicare to be solvent. We want Medicare to be something you can depend on and know that it's going to be there when you retire. So what we mean is choices. We don't want one choice. That's not a choice. We want to have more insurers and providers in the marketplace competing against each other for our businesses, consumers, and patients. We want patients and their doctors being the driving force and the nucleus of the healthcare system instead of some government regulator telling you what you have to buy, where you have to buy it. We don't want just one insurer. We want a lot of insurers competing for our business. That's what I mean when I say choice. And the whole point of all of this is it's the core of the free enterprise system in America. The more choices you have, the more competition there is, consumers benefit from that. And that is obviously true in healthcare. And it is one of the big reasons why Obamacare is collapsing. Look, you heard me say how few choices and options there are because of Obamacare. It is not coincidental then that we have double-digit premium increases every year, that the deductibles for Obamacare exchange plans are 3 times as high as the deductibles for people in the large group insurance market that they get health care from their jobs. So clearly this law isn't working. It is collapsing. And yes, this is what we call a death spiral. You're not getting the kind of pooling that needs to be allowed with choice and competition to get rates down. So we had to step in and replace this law before it gets too late, before people lose what their insurance.
Can I ask you about all this discussion about the word repair that you guys are starting to use?
Yeah, the words you're talking about.
The words. Right. There's been some pushback on that, and Nancy Pelosi just said you guys are having a vocabulary change. The allegation there that you're intentionally rebranding this. Can you respond to that?
No, I'd say there's just a miscommunication or a misinterpretation of what we're trying to say. Our job is to repair the American healthcare system and rescue it from the collapse that it's in. And the best way to repair our healthcare system is to repeal and replace Obamacare. It's not an either or. If you want to repair the American healthcare system, you've got to repeal the law that is destroying it and replace it with a system that's much better. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Lisa from the PBS NewsHour.
I know most of you, but thank you for saying who you are.
Can you give us an update on the timeline for the Affordable Care Act next step? I talked to Chairman Upton. He said he wasn't sure exactly when his committee was going to be moving language. And then also a follow-up to Nancy's question, do you believe that businesses should be allowed to refuse service based on sexual identity or sexual orientation?
No, I've voted for ENDA 2004 or something like that. I can't remember when that bill was.
But if it's based on religious grounds?
So, no, I just don't believe in discrimination in the workplace, period. But back to your healthcare point, what was your healthcare question?
The timeline.
The timeline, yeah. So I'll defer to the chairman when he wants to have his markups, but we want to be moving our Obamacare legislation by the end of the first quarter.